All right, hey guys. So I want to start off today with a couple of announcements, things that you probably already know, but just to reiterate, your STAR exam is on May 9th. It's very quickly approaching. You guys have been working so hard to get ready for this. Things that you should be doing at home right now is watching videos on Edmodo. Another thing that feels a little bit less painless is if you go into the STAR review folder on Edmodo, and then you go into extra resources, you'll find some Quizlet links. So you can just do the flashcards that are already made for you and just sort of quiz yourself on all of the biology information. That'll probably help you a lot. And something a little bit less tedious. Another thing, so your week next week looks like lots and lots of testing. So on Monday, you're taking a post-assessment in this class. So that means that it's going to be 50 minutes in your class period. It's 29 questions. It's on everything from the year. It's like a mini STAR exam. And it's going to count for a summative grade in this class. This is what I'm using to measure your growth from your mini benchmark to now. And this is for you to see that you're ready to take your STAR exam. So remember, those incentives are up here. This is your growth from the mini benchmark to the post-assessment you take on Monday. If you're taking Algebra 1 early on the 7th, this only applies to 3 of you. You are taking your post-assessment this Friday during club time. All right, with that said, I need you to flip your paper to the back. Yesterday's exit ticket was, whew, yikes. Meiosis and mitosis are one of the hardest topics that we've covered this year, which is why we're going to just review it very quickly right now. So I need you to make a T-chart on the back of your packet. We're going to go over with just a couple of words that are dead giveaways for if they're talking about meiosis or mitosis. Okay, so meiosis produces 4 unique haploid cells. Haploid, remember, means half. That's half the chromosomes. Mitosis produces 2 identical diploid cells. This means all. You can remember mitosis. I know they look very similar. They did that just to confuse us. Mitosis contains a T. T is for 2 cells. Okay. All right, another differentiator. So meiosis only happens in sex cells. So sex cells are gametes, which for a girl is an egg, and for a guy is a sperm. If you see words like fertilization, which is an egg plus a sperm, this is sex. All right. If you see anything about an offspring, like passing traits onto your offspring, which means child, this is all talking about meiosis. The cool thing about meiosis, it increases genetic variation. Okay, so meiosis is the reason that we all look different. Because in meiosis, you're sort of shuffling the genetic material around. We do this in 2 ways. The first way is crossing over during prophase 1. So that's when the chromosomes are sort of overlapping here, and they're swapping genetic information. So that's one way to shuffle. The second way is through independent assortment. So when the cell is getting ready to split and you have all of these chromosomes lined up, these chromosomes are lined up randomly. So you don't know which chromosome is going to go to which cell because each cell is half. So they're only getting half the information. You don't know which half of the information that's going to be. All right, let's move on to mitosis. So mitosis, remember, is 2 identical diploid cells. These are exact copies. Because they are a copy, right, you are going from a diploid cell to a diploid cell. There is no shuffling involved. It does not increase genetic variation. No increased variation. All right, something I think we were slightly confused on yesterday is this diploid to diploid. So that means if I'm starting with 46 chromosomes in the nucleus, my 2 cells that are produced are each going to have 46 chromosomes. Okay? Mitosis also only happens in somatic cells, which are body cells. So think like your skin cells. Really any other cells than your sex cells. Okay? Only sex cells go through meiosis. Every other cell in your body goes through mitosis. So that is your review of those 2 things. I know it's a super challenging topic. What I need you to do right now is flip to the page right before, so you're looking at this. This is all of the information you need from this unit and to answer any question in this packet. I'm going to go over just a couple of things. So phenotype, remember, is your physical trait. Genotype is letters, like these, for example. Okay? There are 2 types of crosses that you can do to figure out like what trait a child is going to have. You can have a monohybrid cross. Mono means 1. So that means that you're looking at 1 gene or 1 trait. A dihybrid cross, which is this lovely thing, dihybrid. Oh, it already has it written. Dihybrid cross, di meaning 2. So you're looking at 2 genes or traits. So if you're looking at a phenotype from a dihybrid cross, that means that you should see 2 separate traits. So like in peas, you should see round and wrinkled. Okay? Dihybrid crosses, remember, if you're crossing 2 heterozygous, let's say BB, BB, cross BB, BB. Ooh, that's wrong. I'm sorry, that was so confusing. If you're crossing BB, TT with BB, TT, so 2 genes, 2 traits, you would get a 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. Okay, whew, sorry about that one. Okay, 2 genes, 2 traits. If you're crossing a heterozygous, then you would get this ratio. All right, I know we're doing a lot of flipping. Last one. Flip so that you're looking at this. All right, couple of reminders. I'm not going to answer this whole thing for you. Genotypes are letters. Phenotypes are traits. If it's dominant, that means it's a capital letter. And if it's recessive, it's going to be a little letter. Homo means same, and hetero means different. These are your hints to be able to answer this question. Now get to it and have fun.